Welcome to another episode of the Let's Talk About It podcast. Today, we are going to talk about the invigorating world of spontaneous self-care. I'm so excited to get into this with you. Welcome to the Let's Talk About It podcast, where we discuss topics that strengthen you emotionally, that help you master self-care, and become the very best version of yourself. I'm your host, Priscilla Coffee. Let's talk about it. Okay, so we're going to talk about the art of spontaneity. We're going to talk about breaking routine for wellness and the power of simply saying yes. I know I usually am saying say no, because that is a thing. We say yes to so much stuff that doesn't benefit us, but that's not what I'm talking about today at all. And we're definitely going to get into that. And I'm excited about talking about that. So let's talk about the art of spontaneity. Being spontaneous, it really enhances our joy and excitement, and it really just powers a new sense of adventure on the inside of us. I love spontaneity in things as simple as going for a walk. If I go for a walk a particular way a few days, I'm telling you, I will do something as small as redirect my walk in a different direction or on a different side of the street. Something very small but different, something spontaneous, right? It breaks boring. If that makes sense. It breaks monotony. And so it gives us that a little bit of freshness in the things that we're doing. Even if it's the same thing, if we can tweak it a little bit and do something a little different. Like if you drive home the same way every single day, you can do something slightly different to break that mundaneness and bring a little bit of excitement, a little bit of adventure, a little bit of a way to see new things or to experience new things in something that you do the same way all the time, right? That's very, very good for us. We break the ordinary to do something different. I love doing new activities, and this is something that we can embrace as well. Just doing new activities, going to unfamiliar places. When you go to some place that you've never been before, you do some activity that you've never done before, it really opens up your creativity and allows you to experience new and creative and innovative things, right? It also allows you to meet new people. It may allow you to build a new skill, right, which sharpens your mind. And it is just good for building your curiosity. You know, when you get curious, that's powerful, because when you get curious, you look at things with new eyes. You try things that you've never tried before, and you embrace new things with wonderment, right? Kind of like we did when we were children and there was something new that we were going to experience. We would be so excited about it. And you know what that does? That just heightens your excitement. It heightens your joy center. And that is just so wonderful. We don't embrace enough joy throughout our days. So anything that can get you excited, light your heart up, or just really make you really happy throughout your day, or anytime when you try something new, that is simply powerful. Give it a try. Spontaneity also, it stimulates your senses. So it creates lasting memories of something that you absolutely enjoyed. You never know until you try it, right? So that's the wonderful thing about trying new things. You don't know if you're going to enjoy it until you try it. There's so many things about new things that you don't know how it's going to turn out. and you don't know how you're going to enjoy it. But until you give it a try, you just don't know. So, what would it hurt? Just give it a try. So now let's talk about breaking routine for wellness. Yes, yes, yes. Break the routine. Break the routine. Routine is good in that it gives us a systematic way of doing things. It gives us regularity, right? And we all like to have a sense of knowing what's about to happen, knowing what's about to go on, right? And that's very good for us. But also, another thing that is good for us is breaking routine. And why do I say that? Breaking routine builds us up in the area of resilience, right? Life is so unpredictable. There's always things going on in life that we cannot control. We don't know that when we're headed to work today that there's going to be construction, right? Boom, construction or a car accident, and it just really messes up your time frame. It's gonna make you late, all these different things, right? But in being spontaneous, maybe you don't go the same way every time. Maybe you learn new routes. Maybe you try something different. You get to see new scenery. You get to actually test out how fast it is to go that way. You get to see if you enjoy that ride better. But most importantly, you get adaptable to change. You become more embracing of experiencing something different. We are creatures of habit, and sometimes it's so hard for us to break routine. But I'm telling you, if you intentionally embrace spontaneity, then it builds you up in the area of resilience so that when things happen, as we know that they do, when things happen, we'll have an ability to bounce back from those things. Our mind will be firing on all cylinders, and we will think of more creative and innovative ways to handle the situation. So we've got to walk more in that ability to break routine. It is so good for our wellness. It's powerful for our sense of self-care, for our personal growth, right? We're just going to get better and better and better at this. So let's talk about the power of saying yes. The power of saying yes. I love this because embracing a yes, it changes our mentality to that of embracing opportunities instead of dealing with obstacles. Does that make sense? Hold on a second. I'm going to get you right back to the podcast. But I had to tell you about my new book, Just Breathe, Learning to Love Yourself Well Through Life's Challenges. If you have not yet gotten this book, you have got to get it. It is so life transforming. It is really going to change your life. So go ahead, click the link in the description or go to PriscillaCoffee.com. Okay? Back to the. So it helps us to cultivate a new and a positive mindset. I love that. Just that right there. That's powerful all by itself. So when we delving into this, it makes us just embrace the liberating feeling of saying yes, of embracing new opportunities, of saying like, if a friend offers us an opportunity, like, oh, I saw this pottery class and I was thinking that I might try it. And you're like, pottery? I never have done pottery. I've never, done anything or have really had any interest in it. But looking at it as an opportunity to try something new, to learn a new skill set, to be around people, to embrace a new challenge, right? That is such a different mindset than thinking of all of the obstacles around doing that thing, right? So could you imagine doing something like if you're normally doing something online or something in the tech world or something that's not hands-on work, could you imagine like taking a pottery class where you're like using your hands to mold and to shape something, and you're actually creating and building something? See, I'm not a creative, like a person that like molds pottery or creates things like that, that like knits or anything like that. That's not something that's generally in my wheelhouse. But me thinking right now and just imagining doing something like that makes me think that might be different. It might be fun. It will definitely be new. And it'll be an opportunity to explore and try something. Not saying that it would be something that I do all the time, but you never know until you try it. I'm not trying to talk you into taking a pottery class. But what I am trying to do is expand your thinking to doing something that you've probably never done or maybe never even considered doing before, but it could be so powerful to do, right? Just throwing that out there a little bit, just throwing it out there. New experiences, just embracing them. It's powerful. You know what? Saying yes to new things, it builds your confidence, right? It like throws that fear factor out the door. Sometimes we won't do things. We hesitate to do things because we're afraid of what it's gonna be like. We're afraid of maybe failure. We're afraid of not doing it well. We're afraid of not knowing everything about it, right? But to be spontaneous and to be like, you know what, let's go. I'm just gonna try it. Or, it's your day off, you don't have anything planned, and all of a sudden you just think, I'm gonna go to the zoo today. That's me. I'm gonna go to the zoo today. That's doing something spontaneous. I'm gonna go to the zoo. I didn't have it planned, but now I think I'm gonna do it. And now my mind is bursting with all of the things that I might experience on this trip to the zoo. Oh, I'm going to see the monkeys. Oh, they're probably gonna be having fun today because monkeys are wild. Like they are always doing something fun. You can sit there and watch them forever. But okay, we're not on that subject of the monkeys. But it's just thinking of doing something. Sometimes I may think, you know what? I'm just gonna go to I can't think of what it's called. It's a place with a lot of flowers and beautiful flowers and plants and things like that. It's escaping my mind, but it's going to come to me when it does. I'm going to tell you about it. Botanical gardens, yeah. It's the botanical gardens. I enjoy going to the botanical gardens. It's so beautiful. So many beautiful plants and flowers and all kinds of stuff, statues, and all the way that they have it designed. And yeah, it's fun and it smells good. I love just spontaneously doing things. I might say I'm gonna go for a ride on the train today and go across town, go to uptown or downtown and walk around, just kind of get my exercise down there today. Just walk around, see new things, go have lunch, go have a coffee, whatever, right? There are so many things that we can do to embrace change and to embrace spontaneity, to just say yes, right, to ourselves. Sometimes it's not even saying yes to another person. Sometimes it's saying yes to you. Sometimes it's saying yes to ourselves, saying yes to something that we've maybe wanted to do but was too afraid to do, or feeling like we weren't prepared to do it, and now it's been 3 years and you still don't feel prepared, But saying yes to yourself is saying, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump out there and I'm going to do it. And it's okay if I fail. It's okay if I flail. I'm going to learn and I'm going to grow and I'm going to do it, because if I don't, I will always say, what if? I will always say I shoulda, coulda, woulda. I will always say these different things. But if I try it, if I get out there, if I just jump out there and do it, then I will be true to me, right? You could put yourself in that. If you do it, you will be true to yourself. You will be living and walking in the things that you value. So that is so key. That is so important. Say yes. Saying yes to yourself is powerful. Like I said, it helps us to build confidence. It helps us to overcome fear. It helps us to prevent stagnation, right? Just saying yes. Saying yes. Say yes, yes, yes. Say yes to you. Say yes to your dreams. Say yes to your goals. Say yes, I'm going to try this. Even if it ends up not working, even if it ends up not being something that you would continue in, at least you tried it. You said yes, and at least you tried it. It nurtures resilience. It nurtures creativity. I'm just so excited that we're talking about this, because being resilient, stepping out and doing new and creative things is simply powerful. And I'm saying, from the very smallest things to the larger things. The very smallest things, like I said, it could be switching up your routine, walking on the other side of the street, going to a different park, or instead of walking looking straight, walking and looking up every now and again and seeing the clouds. What are the clouds like right here? Or do I see any birds? Or how many dogs do I see on this walk? Or how many people do I see smiling out here on this walk? Or have you ever thought of this? Intentionally going out, doing something, and meeting new people. Making yourself being bold and brave enough to say, hi, how you doing today? I hope your day's been going well. Do you talk to people? Do you talk to people? Talking to people is spontaneous. You never know what a person is going to say, how they're going to respond to you, or if they're going to have a good conversation with you, or if, like, you could be making someone's day. There's so many variables in that, but being spontaneous enough to say something, to ask someone, hi, how's your day going? You may learn something amazing that day. You may hear something from that person that's going to inspire you. You may have just saying that, checking on that person, actually caring enough to ask, may really help them tremendously. This is what spontaneity does. It brings so many beautiful and wonderful things into our lives. Embrace it. Embrace spontaneity and see what it brings you. All right, we're out of here. Thank you so much for joining me on the Let's Talk About It podcast. Oh, and if you have not gotten my new book, Just Breathe, Learning to Love Yourself Well Through Life's Challenges, you have got to get this book. Click the link in the description or go to PriscillaCoffee.com and get your book. It's going to change your life. All right, till next time.